Hello, everybody. Aaron Entertainment here, man. A with RN Entertainment. Bring you. It's all about wrestling. Ep- Episode 27. Episode 27. So yeah. In just a minute. There we go. Alright. So, okay, I'm glad you're all here. Whoever's here. Just checking. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to invite some people if they want to come in. Just randomly. And today we're going to talk about, obviously AEW Double or Nothing. My thoughts. And going forward. I don't think... Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll get RJ on this show. Or... whoever. I don't care. Alright. Let's do this. Alright. So yeah, so AEW Double or Nothing. That's what we're going to go over first, obviously. Look at my description down below. We're going to talk about WWE and New Japan Wrestling possibly working together. I want to get what your guys' thoughts on that. Mick Foley's AEW documentary, which I watched last night during AEW Double or Nothing. We'll go to the Wrestling Weekly Review. I guess no Dynamite talk, but we'll talk Raw. I did not see NXT last week, so I won't talk about NXT. So I'll just talk about basically Raw and SmackDown. And maybe NXT UK. Well, I didn't pay attention to much NXT UK. But that's what I'm mostly going to talk about last week. Because, yeah, I did see NXT. There's a reason why. I'll tell you why. And I'm not going to talk about Dynamite last week. And what else in my discussion? We're going to talk about Adnan Virk. Well, Adnan Virk. Sorry, I should know that. Being let go by WWE. From WWE after like a month, basically. And they have a new commentator. Lead announcer for Raw. We have Mark Henry. Yeah, if you haven't heard, Mark Henry's in AEW. And we're going to talk about the preview for Raw and NXT tomorrow. I just know there's a triple threat match for NXT, right? So I'm going to go over find a list for that stuff. But yeah, so sit back and relax. So enjoy the show, man. Enjoy the freaking show. And we're going to talk about... Yeah, okay. WWE is going back on the road. Okay. Let's talk. I hope your big 3-0 was soon. Guys. Double or Nothing. Exciting show, right? Exciting show. Only one title change happened that night. But when we get to there, we'll get to there. That'll be later in the show. Oh, hello there. We're going to talk about from the start. So from the start we had the buy-in match between Riho and Serena Deeb. Riho! Now this match was for the NWA's Women's Championship title. Held by Serena Deeb. This match was a great women's match. Solid match. Serena Deeb, the veteran. And Riho, well, she's still a veteran and she's still very young. She's still very young. And it's very popular. Learning still on the fly. Let's remember, she was the first AEW Women's Champion. 2. But she lost to Nyla Rose. And then Nyla lost to Shida. And if you watch the pay-per-view, you know what happens to Shida. And we'll get to that later. But this match is very solid. My prediction was Serena Deeb to retain. And that's what's the case here. Serena Deeb retains the title over Riho. And it's still NWA's Women's Champion. Of course, she wasn't going to lose the title on the buy-in show, right? They let you know this crowd was sold out. 5,500, I believe. But it was loud. At Daly's place in Jacksonville. So not in the stadium. It probably would have been safer in the stadium, to be honest with you. Because they should have social distance. They could have social distance there. Oh well, but it's them. I think it would have been safer if they did a wrestling event in the stadium with fans. Because it's really right there by Daly's place, Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium. I don't know the name of the stadium, but it's really right there by Daly's place, owned by the Khan family. Shad Khan. His son Tony Khan is the one winning AEW, of course. And I edit this title after. Okay. Now we're gonna open up the pay-per-view. Let me just check something. Okay then. So the first match was the Hangman Page match versus Brian Cage, a rematch from a Dynamite episode a couple weeks ago where Brian Cage, I almost said Brian Page because it sounds so, they kind of rhymes, Page and Cage, right? And it rhymes, right? What happened was Brian Cage manhandled Adam Page at Hangman Adam Page. And then the rematch was yesterday. And Hangman Page got his win back by beating Brian Cage due to some interference where Cage didn't want anybody from the Team Taz to interfere in his match. They tried to get involved and it actually cost Cage the match. And you can start seeing issues with Cage and the rest of Team Taz. I'm interested where that's going to lead up to down the line as the weeks and months come ahead. Is Cage going to turn face? Is he going to turn on Team Taz? Will we see Cage turned face, and I'm high. I'm wish I'm my hope. My hope. I'm just thinking here. My hope wants to deal with Samoa Joe's 90-day complete cause. It's up in July, I believe. Team Taz recruits Samoa Joe to his team because Taz and Joe have a connection all the way back in the TNA days. Maybe here, Cage turns face and Taz brings in a new recruit, and it turns out to be Samoa Joe, and he attacks Cage and in the next pay-per-view, which is all out in Chicago, September 5th, pretty much before Labor Day. We have Cage versus Joe. Samoa Joe. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm just reading something funny here. All right. That's right. That's right. Next match is AEW's Tag Team Championship match between Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson against Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston for the tag team titles, AEW tag team titles. And what an awesome entrance that Moxley and Kingston did last night going through the crowd. Young Bucks coming up all dressed up like the cocky Young Bucks days from New Japan. They remind me of, both of them remind me of Shawn Michaels. How Shawn Michaels back in the 90s would dress up like that, show off his cocky attitude. It's a heartbreaking. That's what the Young Bucks are. Actually, the Young Bucks, I bet their inspiration is Shawn Michaels. Clearly, their inspiration is Shawn Michaels. Oh, this match, there are two opposite styles of wrestling. The Young Bucks are more of they're maybe they like to do spots. They're spot monkeys, if you that's just the term they use. And they're athletic. They're very athletic. They like to do more athletic style wrestling moves. Where Moxley and Kingston are more of brawlers. They'll get in your face, beat you down, and stuff like that. So their styles of wrestling are very different. They're in contrast with each other, right? But this match was good. I did like that spot with the German suplex, both of them. But in the end, as I predicted, the Young Bucks retained the tag team titles. And I like how they did the double knees to Moxley. I don't know, 4 or 5 times there, put Moxley finally out of it, finally knock him out, finally down for the count, for the 3 count. And the Young Bucks retain AEW tag team titles as I predicted on yesterday's show. Not yesterday's show, on a video I did for the Young Bucks to retain over Moxley and Eddie Kingston. A very good match. It's not the best Young Bucks match in AEW at a pay-per-view, but it's still a very good match. Next, we have the 21. Is it 21? Yeah, I think so. 21 Casino Battle Royal. This match was a lot of fun. There were some early shenanigans at the entranceway. Christian Cage was there. Matt Sydal started off. Matt Sydal was easily eliminated. Certain lot of guys. Had Jungle Boy there. Sir Pentagon was there. Some members of the Dark Order. Matt Hardy, Private Party. Who else? Powerhouse Will Hobbs, and he's mixing something with Christian. Christian eliminated him, In the end, Jungle Boy got the winner. Yeah, the Joker card was the newest member of the AEW roster who still has a deal. He has a deal that he can still do outside stuff. But Leo Rush is an AEW. Remember Leo Rush from WWE, who got released like a year or 2 ago. A year ago, I believe. Remember, he was the mouthpiece for Bobby Lashley. He goes, Bobby. Oh, excuse me with that burp. Oh, excuse me. Remember every time Bobby Lashley had a manager and asked Leo Rush, and every time during the match, Bobby Lashley's match, Leo will go, Bobby on the mic. That's him, yeah, Leo Rush is an AEW. He can still do some outside work out of AEW, like New Japan, MLW, whatever he wants. It's an agreement he has with Tony Khan. But Jungle Boy wins here, and he gets a future title shot against the AEW champion, and which would be later decided on that night. But yeah. The fourth match, Cody Rhodes defeated Anthony Ogogo, led by QT Marshall. I predicted Anthony Ogogo to win this match, so I was wrong here. I can admit that. I was wrong. So sue me. But this match was okay. Cody Rhodes won with a new finisher. He didn't win with the Crossroads, but he did beat Anthony Ogogo. I thought Anthony Ogogo should have won here. Yeah, and Rhodes should have put him over. But I guess now I assume something continues between the two or whatever. And then we got the sixth match, Miro versus Lance Archer for the AEW TNT title championship. Now these are two massive dudes beating the shit out of each other this whole match. But there was no way Lance Archer was going to win the title here. And Miro retained the title by beating Lance Archer, who was accompanied by Jake Roberts. And yeah, this match is solid. But there was just 100% no way Miro loses the title here. Now we got the women's title match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMB, whatever. I can't do it like her, but she's a dentist, right? Taking on the champion Hiroko Shida, who got the new belt from Dynamite on Friday. Now, this match was very, very good between the two. Britt Baker was been on a roll since she turned heel last year. And she's been one of the best things about the pandemic in AEW. Her matches, her promos, just overall her heel work. She's so over as a heel. And it was a matter of time before they put the title on her. And this was the time. And what happened? Well, you think I was going to disappoint you guys? What happened? She's the new AEW's Women's Champion, defeating Hiroko Shida with her version of Mandible Claw. I forgot what it's called, but whatever. She puts on the glove and gives her version of Mandible Claw. It's not exactly like the Mandible Claw like this, but you know how she does it. Those are the times she's gonna lose. Like Red Bull accidentally hit her with a crutch. Shida hit her version of Falcon Arrow and did some other moves. It looks like Britt Baker was going to lose, but she was determined to win, and she did, right? This is the right move to put the title on Britt Baker. Now she could be even more of an obnoxious heel, but this time with a belt to prove it this time. It just solidifies her more, and it'll take a strong face to beat her. And she's so over. It's one of the best ideas AEW has done this year is putting a title on Britt Baker for the women's division. Because, let's be honest, while Shida was a champion for the year, Britt Baker outshined her in every aspect besides wrestling because she was a good wrestler. But in terms of outside work, like promos and stuff like that, Britt Baker has outshined her there. And now we got Shida chasing for the title again. Maybe they'll have another rematch or something. Next, we have the triple threat match for the AEW Tag Team Champion, AEW World Heavyweight Title, Omega, Cassidy, and Pac. This match was a very good triple threat match. But obviously Omega wins here. Omega retains here. There was no way Cassidy and Pac were going to become champions here. Omega gets a win. Solid match between the two. 3, actually. And Omega celebrates with the rest of the Lady Young Bucks come out. Callis is there. Gallows and Anderson are to celebrate Omega. I don't know where Omega goes from here. I don't see Cassidy and Pac in another title match, especially at a pay-per-view. Oh yeah, we know Omega is going to face Jungle Boy for the title because Jungle Boy did win the Casino Battle Royal. So there's obviously going to be Omega versus Jungle Boy for the title. That's not going to be on the next pay-per-view. I don't see it on an All for Nothing pay-per-view. I could see it possibly on a supercard, one of Dynamite supercards. Remember, with the new deal with Rampage happening, starting in August. They announced that it's starting in August. I do, and then what supercards? Yeah, but if Ron, you can't take right now. Is not the right move to take. See, the right move was not the right move was not to take the title off Omega right now. It's too strong, and the supercards. I don't know how many supercards are planning a year, but I would assume one of them is very soon, and that's where I think Omega is going to face Jungle Boy. And we all know, as much as popular as Jungle Boy is, he's not going to beat Omega for the title. Because that team of Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt, while they're so popular, they're losers. They lose. Yes, Jungle Boy got the win, but most of the time, they're losers. And they're not beating Omega. And here's the problem. We all AEW has the win-loss record of ranks, but then you have a battle royal to determine the number one contender. So when whoever wins the battle royal, it's all gonna be number one contender. But when somebody who has but with the rankings for that title shot, somebody else is number one. Shouldn't that see the win-loss record and the rankings in AEW don't make sense at times. And I don't see people very critical. Yeah, this is exactly it. Exactly it. I honestly, I don't know who's the guy who's going to dethrone Mega. People want it to be Hangman Page. And beating Cage does help. But I don't know right now if Hangman Page is the answer. At All Out, I don't know. Even at All Out, I don't think taking the title off of Mega All Out is the right answer either. And I don't know who's next. I think Moxie's out of the title picture. He's still going to be attacking Kingston. I have no idea. There's a lot of guys. He could wrestle Page. If Brian Cage turns face, Brian Cage. I have no idea, man. Pac is I have no idea who Omega can face next. We'll see. It's like 3 months the next pay-per-view. And there's going to be some supercards in between. And I definitely think one of the Dynamite super shows. Or maybe the debut of Rampage. Nah, probably not. Probably not Rampage. They're going to have this match with Omega and Jungle Boy. Probably, I would say late June, early July, we're going to have Omega and Jungle Boy and one of the AEW supercars or Dynamite. But next, we have the Spring Stampede match with the Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. And boy, I got the prediction wrong here. I had Pinnacle winning, but but if y'all know the Inner Circle won. Well, it was a fun match. I have to admit, the first one was much more fun. I like the first one better from last year. Well, this match has some good. I thought the star of this match was Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara was the star of this match, and they were clearly building up Sammy Guevara to be the breakout star. Got out of this match because he's the one who got the pin to win the match. But let's go over the details. They all met in the football field at Jaguar Stadium, and then each of them go their separate ways. Jack Hager goes with Wardlow, takes up Wardlow. Of course, Jericho takes up MJF. The leaders go to leaders. Sammy Guevara goes with, what's his name, Sean Spears. Ortiz and Santana go take on FTR. Of course, the guys who are, the groups are rivalries with each other, but the members within the members are having little small rivalries with some members of the other group. So like, if you know Sammy Guevara and that feud, the feud between the two factions, Sammy Guevara has more involvement with Sean Spears. Ortiz and Santana have more involvement with FTR. And Jack Hager, I almost said Swagger. Jack Hager has more involvement with Wardlow, and of course the two leaders, Jericho and MJF. Right? So they each go to separate ways around their stadium, around Jaguar Stadium. I don't know the name of Jaguar Stadium, so I'm sorry if I'm sorry, Jaguar fans. But the Jericho thing, Urban Meyer, the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, coach of TL, Trevor Lawrence, was there as a cameo. He gave some few footballs to Jericho when Jericho whipped it at MJF. Oh, MJF, Jericho stamped a piece of paper that said thank you on MJF's forehead. That's pretty good. But Sammy Guevara was definitely a star with all his amazing athleticism and his kicks and stuff. And he eventually got to win. He won with his finishing move off the top rope onto Sean Spears. He got the pin in Inner Circle, stays together. Because remember, the stipulation of this match was if Inner Circle loses, they disband. And I thought they were going to lose and disband. But nope, they won the match. They posed with the crowd to end the show. And they had the fireworks come up from the back and to end the show. Okay. Before I say my final thoughts on this show, this is one of the problems I do have with AEW. This show ended, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes before midnight. Yeah, this show, I don't want pay-per-views that long. There's a reason why WWE went to pay-per-views at 7 o'clock. I don't want pay-per-views to be 3.5 hours to 4 hours long. I know they only do 4 pay-per-views a year, but midnight, I know it's Memorial Day, so it's a holiday. And the next pay-per-view is just before Labor Day, so I get it why people will stay up later and don't have to work the next day. I get it, but still people get tired. And yeah, I agree with you. I just remember that WrestleMania 1 year, the Roman Reigns Undertaker match, that ended at 12:15. I don't like pay-per-views ending that long. There's a reason why WWE has went to 7 o'clock. And some pay-per-views ended at 9:30 this year and last year. And some went past 10 and 10:30. There's a reason why WWE went earlier. And yes, they do have a pay-per-view like every month and every Sunday, so the next days are work days. I understand, so they wouldn't go this late, but it's still too much. But overall, this pay-per-view is very good. AEW puts on bangers of a show for the pay-per-view. And also, we got Mark Henry. Mark Henry's in AEW. Yep. Mark Henry. You know, the world's strongest man? He's in AEW now. Yep. He's gonna... I don't think he can wrestle, but... Oh well. Now, guys. That's enough AEW. Remember, Dynamite is this Friday, not Wednesday. This Friday, I believe, at 10 o'clock. So that you guys know. Britt Baker is going to have a celebration of her celebrating her win, becoming the new AEW's Women's Champion. So be on the lookout for that. Friday at 10 o'clock. And I'll be pissed off if I don't watch NXT tomorrow on Tuesdays. Because they got to start building. NXT has to start building for the next pay-per-view, which is in 2 weeks. In Your House, June 13th. And we'll get to that later, guys. Because I didn't watch NXT last week. I could watch it on the network, but I know Tyler Valkyrie made her debut. I know there was a tremendous match with Pete Dunne and Bobby Fish. I know that. Okay, I watched some of the clips, Indie Hartwell stuff. Okay, but you know, I'll talk that stuff a little bit later. Let's go with because you know, Wrestling Week review is a little bit later. We'll talk about New Japan and WWE working together. New Japan and the WWE. Now we know we've seen New Japan working with AEW in some way. We saw Kenta. We saw a US title match, whatever. I forget who. I can't pronounce the guy's name who Moxley wrestled. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna try because I might butcher it and it might sound disrespectful. So I'm not gonna try. But and we also see what's his name? Al Phantasmo from New Bullet Club in Japan and Impact. And Finley, and I was gonna say Juice Robinson. Yeah, Juice Robinson. Yeah. Okay. But WWE New Japan, we know Nick Khan has been discussing about doing this, and he's not related to Tony Khan. I don't think it's related to Tony Khan. But I personally wouldn't think I would see the day that this is happening. And New Japan and W are willing to work together. I wouldn't think this would happen. Maybe in the 90s? We know WCW worked in New Japan. In the 90s, WWE did work with other territories. But lately, I know that I've been working with other territories a little bit, like with Progress Wrestling, Evolve. Yeah, but those are smaller territories. New Japan is one of the bigger territories in the world. But I wouldn't think this would be happening, man. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm not inside. Maybe ask SRS on WhatsApp. I don't know. Maybe he has more details on this stuff. Maybe more stuff will come out. I don't know. But can you imagine the stuff? And remember all this talk about Jay White leaving WWE? Not leaving WWE. Leaving New Japan to WWE. Maybe if this is true, there's these two wrestling companies working together. Maybe Jay White will end up in the WWE ring after all. Maybe. Okada versus Roman Reigns, the two top dogs of New Japan. I like to see Riddle versus Ibushi, two athletic guys. Naito versus Seth freaking Rollins. You could have so many good possible outcomes. You got Reigns with Okada, right? You got Reigns with Jay White. You got Reigns with Naito. You got Ibushi versus Rollins. Bushi versus Orton. Bushi versus Cesaro. And it's Jay White versus AJ Styles. Styles versus Jay White. Styles versus Okada in a WWE ring. Shinsuke Nakamura going against Okada in a WWE ring. Or Shinsuke against Jay White and Naito. You know, maybe that will help Shinsuke. There's so many possible things you could do there. But you know what? Maybe things get better in Japan with their situation. Maybe they could agree to this because Japan is really in trouble right now. And I said my sports show, I have no idea why they think the Olympics is a good idea. They should need to cancel. I don't care about the money. I care about people's health. And the Olympics should be not canceled, postponed 2020. Hey, Throwback, what's up? What's up? To 2022, not 2020, because I would be going back in the past. But yeah, New Japan WWE stuff, maybe in the future. But the possible matches, just think of it. Just think of it. Those matchups. In the comments on the live stream, tell me if New Japan and WWE do come to a working agreement. What matches would you like to see between New Japan competitors and WWE competitors? I know I mentioned some like a Roman Reigns and Okada, but I think a lot of people mention Roman Reigns and Okada. Like, yeah. Tell me in the comments below and I'll read it. Read it one by one. Was Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Bryan. If Daniel Bryan ends up back in WWE, but Zack Sabre Jr. is very similar like Daniel Bryan. Why not? Those two go at it. Oh, those two, huh? Yeah, man. Yeah, they were. I admit those two bring so much laughter and joy to the wrestling community, our wrestling community family, man. Those two, whether it's on your show or in the DMs or wherever, it's hilarious. And that one show when you had the anniversary on, the anniversary show on last Wednesday, and then when you got some of the people from Fightful, Tim and Joel Pearl's podcast, you got Spencer Love from Love Wrestling, and some other, and then more were talking about baby wrestling, and they're talking about Alexa's pig. For like a good 20 minutes, we're talking about those two topics. No, I think like 30 minutes. But yeah, so tell me in the comments below if New Japan and AEW, not New Japan and WWE works together. Yeah. The Rattle of Death. Ron, did you watch that show? Throwback show on the anniversary where how we're talking about baby stuff? Yeah, so throwback. Is Ray gonna accept the Anakin's challenge for bowling? For bowling? Because I want to see it. I want that to happen. I want it to be videotaped. I want that to be live stream at the bowling. At the bowling alley. I want those two to do it, and I want them to live stream it. Them playing bowling. Or videotape it. And Wade could put on his channel, and I can put on his channel, or throwback. You could put on your channel, whatever. What do you? They don't live far from each other, so it'd be interesting. So well, and I gotta edit this title after the show. So I'm gonna edit the title after the show. So while I was watching Double or Nothing, I was on my TV screen because I was watching Double or Nothing on my laptop. So on my TV screen, I was watching the Mick Foley documentary on AEW. Now, you know the documentaries had a lot of controversial ones in the past. You could argue Macho Man, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Ultimate Warrior. With Mick Foley, not really. Because Mick Foley wasn't a controversial person. He didn't have the problems like those guys have. So I guess you could say this documentary, if you like controversial stuff, this documentary is boring for you. But if you like Mick Foley and his career, this documentary is fun. It's fun. I liked it. I like Mick Foley. He's not a troublemaker. He didn't have the baggage like those guys had. So, yeah, it's not like that. But he goes in his life into wrestling. How his wrestling style is different. He was more of a, he's willing to get hurt. He's willing to hurt you. He's willing to hurt himself in order to hurt you. That's his style. From Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mick Foley, whatever. Went to New Japan Deathmatch Wrestling, ECW, love hardcore wrestling. Such a great talent. They talk about the time we went to WWE, feuded Undertaker. They talk about the time the Hell in a Cell match. They talk about how he's trying to convince Undertaker for like 2 weeks to throw him off the cell, top the cell. Undertaker's like, no, I can't do that, Mick. Undertaker was refusing to do that. Refusing to do that. Until the day of the pay-per-view, King of the Ring, and he did it, and Mick Foley continued on that match. It's crazy. He got chokeslam through the top of the cell, which was not supposed to break. That was not supposed to break, but Undertaker and Mankind went to wrestling on there. They could tell by the mesh of the cell that this may collapse, and it did with that chokeslam. Mick Foley's going crazy, and they go into origins of Mr. Socko and his world title one. Yeah, it's very fun. I mean, like, look. It's not like those past documentaries. Mick Foley, like, they did talk about his family because he got married at a young age and stuff. He had kids. Then he got kids, and they were very young. They didn't talk about his family health. If they asked his family if they were worried about him in these matches, because remember he lost an ear because of a match. They did worry about that. Remember that Royal Rumble match, that he quit match with The Rock for the title of Royal Rumble '99. I don't know. He got hit in the head with a steel chair for like 30 times. That was a brutal match. When he's getting hit in the head so many times with a steel chair, he was handcuffed and stuff, and he was getting. Go check that match out. It's gonna go. It's gonna make you like be like, oh my god, how much did this guy take? Like Mick Foley could take so much pain. He has high pain tolerance. He helped get Randy Orton over, right? More as a Legend Killer in 2004. That match, the thumbtacks, and Randy Orton won, stuff like that. But it's a very interesting documentary. I did watch the thing after that, The Treasures of Jake the Snake. I'm not going to go much detail. I just like how they explained the Savage thing with the snake. The Cobra. Remember, the Cobra didn't have any poison in him. If you remember that segment, the Cobra's poison has been drained out, so they had no. Of course, they wouldn't get a Cobra with poison because they would kill Savage, of course. So Savage was, of course, paranoid, scared. Because of course, it's just a cobra, man. It's a snake. So before they did that segment, Savage asked Jake to have the cobra bite himself. Kick up, have the snake bite himself, the cobra bite. So that he did that and it bit his thigh. So Savage thought it was safe. And then that segment where Savage is tied up to the ropes like this. Lower ropes, and the cobra bit his piece of his arm and was bleeding, and Jake the Snake was having a hard time getting the cobra off of Savage's arm. He eventually gets it on. So throwback, did you manage to watch Double or Nothing because your power is out? Did you manage to watch it? I was just because he kind of put it here, and I know there's no pun intended, but and your power. I hope your power is back on. Oh, so you didn't get to see the pay-per-view, huh? Yeah, go find it on the stream or website, man. I can't post anything down below because it's illegal, but if you want. When you have time, try to see it. If you. But I feel bad for you, man. I'm sure you know the results already because it's all over Twitter. Or today. Man, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry to hear that. Now let's get to some other WWE news. So we have a shake-up on the commentary. I know there's other shake-ups in WWE, but I want to talk about this one only. Shake-up on the commentary team on Raw. Yeah, they are. Yeah. The shake-up on Raw. Adnan Virk is LW mutually parted ways. No, probably not. Man, who's only in the W? I did talk about this last week, but okay. But I'm gonna go more. They mutually parted ways, and now because it wasn't working. I listened to Adnan Virk and other stuff like MLB Central, ESPN. He's fine there. He does a good job there. He's fine there. But for wrestling, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working on WWE commentary. And so, after, I don't know, 6-7 weeks of the lead commentary on Raw, he's gone from WWE. And now, they have a new commentator leading Raw, been announced. Jamie Smith is going to lead Raw as lead commentator with Graves and Saxton. Jamie Smith's more of an MMA commentator. I don't know how well he'll do. And like Mauro Ranallo was MMA commentator, but he did wrestling commentator. I don't know Jamie Smith's history on calling wrestling. I know in MMA he could do, but wrestling is very different than MMA. So we'll see how he does. That's starting tonight. You're going to hear Jimmy Smith. And no, it's not the Jimmy Smith from the Jacksonville Jaguars. The football player, the wide receiver. It's not him. But yeah, expect it for tonight. It just wasn't working between the two. And best for Adnan Virk in his future, whatever his future. He has a job at MLB, and so he'll be fine. Well, yeah, Jamie Smith's been in a couple pre-shows before, but this is different. So he's leading for Raw tonight with Saxton Graves. A new era, I guess. I don't know. There's 3 weeks to Hell in a Cell. I think only one match has been confirmed. We'll get to the Raw preview in a bit. But let's talk about Wrestling Weekly Review. So I only saw Raw and SmackDown. I did see Dynamite, but I'm not going to talk about Dynamite because we just had the pay-per-view. But I will talk about Raw. What I think about Raw. Kingston and McIntyre had a match, but Bobby Lashley got involved. This match is the number one contenders match. Number one contender match. Unfortunately, Bobby Lashley got involved, so that match got double no contest. Backstage, Pierce made a rematch tonight. Whoever wins gets the number one contender title match at Hell in a Cell against Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley cannot interfere, or MVP cannot interfere. And if he does, Lashley will get suspended for 90 days. And that probably gives up the title. This backstage segment with, I don't know, with Flair, Rhea, and Nikki. Nikki comes up, challenges either one of them. Flair has a match with Asuka, and Flair says, and Rhea is like, I could beat her in 2 minutes, stuff like that. It's like Wiki challenge. It's a babyface stuff. And Rhea, in that match between Nikki and Rhea, I don't know. Rhea was being a heel there. I don't know if she's a face or a heel. Nikki Cross didn't really get the win. She lasted 2 minutes and celebrated like she won the match. It was bad. It made Rhea look stupid, but she got angry. Like, it was bad. But the matches in between were good. The Riddle, Xavier Woods, one hell of a match. One of the best matches of the year, especially on the Raw. I did not like Styles got beat by Riker. That was terrible. Tamina, oh no, I'll talk about the main event later. Humberto, Sheamus, and Ricochet got involved. I mean, the matches were not bad. But the main event was not good. The main event was Tamina and Natalya taking on Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax for tag team titles. The ending was bad. Rachel was walking up the ramp. And then all of a sudden, fire came out of nowhere. That distracted Shayna. Shayna got rolled up. 1, 2, 3. She gets mad, goes after Reginald. And yeah, tonight, you know what's happening tonight. It was just a bad match. Alexa Bliss was not there because she was mourning the death of her pig, Larry Steve. I mean, I'm starting on throwback show. We kind of joked about it, but we really shouldn't have. Yeah. I know. They had a bunch of people backstage hyping up the return to live events. It was not a good. It was, you know what? The matches are fine. Most of the matches are fine. It was the storytelling was bad. And SmackDown, Usos defeated Street Profits, so I do think they get a title match. Bianca Belair defeated Carmella. Bayley was at commentary, and I love the spot where Bayley calls out Michael Cole and says, "Bianca, cool, Bianca, Bianca," and I do. You know what? I'm starting to catch on at Bayley's fake laugh, like aha. I don't know. Aha, something I can't do that laugh that Bayley does. But you know what laugh I'm talking about, right, guys? But I do like how Bianca, and she can refer to it on Talking Smack. Bianca, like this. I'll put it in the chat below. All right. Alright, Throwback, I see you there. Alright. Bianca! And we see Seth Rollins comes out in another new stylish suit. Talking about his action to Cesaro, he blames the fans for it. So we're definitely going to get Cesaro and Seth Rollins again, but it's one of the best Seth Rollins promos. Ray and Dominic defeated Rude Ziggler to retain the tag team titles. What else was there? Apollo Crews retained the title, Intercontinental title over Kevin Owens. I'm interested to see about how the Usos thing with Roman Reigns, because you know the situation of the Usos with Jimmy and Jay and Roman. I don't think Roman's gonna wrestle at Hell in a Cell. I personally think, but we'll see. Bianca. I'm sorry about that. You know what's funny? I just saw something. A throwback show. I'm gonna change my name from Mirror Entertainment to something a throwback show. So throwback Thursday. If you're listening to this, Thursday, you're gonna you know how it says Aaron Entertainment here? Look for your show to have something more creative. And Raw preview tonight. I just know a few stuff. Let me see what else there is a Raw preview. Let me see. So I'm trying to find out for Raw preview tonight. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Raw preview tonight. There will be Miss TV tonight, featuring Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. So is Miz gonna be back hosting the show? I know he can't wrestle, but maybe Morrison will be doing it. I don't know. Drew McIntyre will face Kofi Kingston. Whoever wins gets the #1 contendership at Bobby Lashley's title at Hell in a Cell. And remember, Lashley cannot interfere. and if he does, he gets the scarf suspended for 90 days. Shane Beers will take out Reginald. Yep. Oswald's AJ Styles will take on Elias and Jackson Riker for a tag team title. So we are getting a tag team match tonight. That's tonight. And NXT. Where's NXT preview? And let me see if I can find NXT preview for tomorrow. No. What's tomorrow? The 1st, right? Okay. NXT preview. Because I end the show very soon. So, yeah, NXT Tag Team title match between MSK versus the Gargoyle del Fantasma. I got MSK waiting here. Triple threat match. It's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano. I think Pete Dunne wins here too to face Karrion Kross. I agree. But what else is there? NXT. Let me It's only 2 matches, I know, right? What else is there? Because they have to build up stuff for takeover. That's all I can find for you guys. NXT, man. What else is there? Let's see if there's any wrestling news. Oh, I got something for you guys. Oh, yeah. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Becky Lynch. I'm going to end the show after this. Becky Lynch. The man. Okay. Oh, and tomorrow I'm getting my final pop from this order. From these 2 I ordered with. Stone Cold Steve Austin is coming in tomorrow. And then in August I'm getting Roman Reigns and Asuka. Because they get released in August. It's a Woman Reigns, on the Woman Reigns Funko it says wreck everything and leave. Yeah, so yeah. I'm also getting other Funkos, but not wrestling related. So yeah, that's my show, guys. I mean, if I did a show, I'll show you Steve Austin's one next week, guys. I have all 3 together. But yeah, that's my show. Hope you enjoyed, guys. So yeah, it's good to get back into the groove of things. And Thursday, so my upscale schedule. Thursday, I'm doing a pop culture show. Saturday, I don't think there's gonna be a sports show. I might move up to Friday. Well, my hobby show has been moved to Friday. So I might do I don't know, man. I might cancel that. I might do a sports show Friday. But Thursday, I'm doing a pop culture show. Or maybe I'll move my hobby show to like Wednesday for 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock to about 3 hours for your listener boy. Yeah, so I'll move my hobby show to Wednesday from 2 to 3 for your listener boy. Before your listener boy, show my hobbies where I collect. I'm not going to show you everything, of course. It'll take me longer than an hour. And Thursday, I do my pop culture show. And Saturday, I'm not sure about my sports show. I think that my Blue Jays play at 3 p.m. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do a sports show this week. If not, yeah, but next week I'll do it all about wrestling again. Okay, guys? Okay. You're not gonna find, and you'll find me do streams and video game streams and videos video games in times videos. But yeah, thank you for watching, man. And before I go, got something for you guys.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
So, like, thumbs up this video, subscribe, tell your friends. And before I go, go Leafs go! Take care.